Hi everyone, Facebook Live. Trish here, just wanting to talk to you today about negative thoughts, and I want to talk to you about how negative thoughts can actually spiral out of control. And in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've had a bit of an emotional roller coaster ride with the loss of you could call it a family member, with the loss of a pet, the impact that that's had on my family, especially my daughter, in the last few weeks. I mean, she's actually been going through grief. She's 22 years of age now. However, the cat's been around us growing up with Emily now for the last 11 years. And so there was quite a bit of grief that she went through with the cat passing away. And for me, it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster ride with that as well, along with other things, along with just general life demands and you know, getting on with your business and just sort of making things happen. And what's been interesting in that process is that I've been observing and understanding my thought patterns a lot more. And I've been reading quite a few books around that as well recently, and I think that's helped. There was one book called The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. That was quite deep, quite meaningful, but I think it's helped me understand my thought process a lot more. And when you go into these moments of negativity, what tends to happen, I'll take my glasses off, it's quite bright out here. When you go into these moments and patterns of negativity, you think one negative thought. So it could be out of grief from the loss of someone like we have experienced recently. And what's interesting, something will trigger that negative thought, and then you attract another negative thought to you, and then you attract another negative thought to you, and then you attract another negative thought to you. And it's just this spiraling, it's this accumulation of all of these negative thoughts that start to happen and start to come to you. And this happens quite a bit to all of us. I know that. I know it's happened to me quite a lot, and it can be whether you're arguing with a family member, grief, like I've just talked about, one negative thought, then all of a sudden attracts another negative thought, attracts another, and it's just this accumulation of negative thoughts that you start thinking. And what I found in the last 2 to 3 weeks with me observing my thought processes, I was challenged to get out of it. So what happens is that it sounds very good when you're not in the moment. It sounds like a great strategy when you're not in the moment of trying to switch your thoughts. Yeah, think positive. Okay, so you shouldn't be thinking negative thoughts. That's okay when you're in a good moment. Or even when you're in a neutral moment, you think, yeah, it sounds great, sounds really awesome. But when you're in the moment, when you're in the grief, when you're in the argument, when you're in the stressful situation, when you're in the nervous moment, how challenging is it to flip your thoughts from negative to positive? And I think this is the challenge with a lot of people. And not doing that flip, not changing to that more positive, good feeling thought, means that we spiral out of control with our negative thoughts. So what I did was, this was my strategy hi Teresa, great to see you here. Great message, thank you. A way of getting out of those spiraling thoughts was a simple question to ask myself. What is it that I do want? And what I've done is I've actually written on a little post-it note, what is it that I do want? I've stuck that post-it note on my computer, in my desk, in my office at home here, because it's a place that I spend a lot of time while I'm here at home. And what I can do is when I'm in that moment, I can read that question to myself, which means that it stops the pattern. It stops the pattern of negative thought, and it allows me to switch to something. What is it that I do want? When you're in that moment, what is it that I do want? Do I want to feel happier? Do I want to, get a little more relief from where I'm at right now, especially when it comes to grief? Do I want some relief from this? What is it that I do want? And what it does is it eases the negativity, and I found it working. It's really, really powerful. What is it that I do want? What is it? It's just a trigger, it's a switch to ease where you're at, ease the negativity. And it is a bit of a pattern interrupt because it stops the spiraling of the negative thoughts or the negative thinking or the sad thoughts or the sad thinking. And it's really helped over the last 2 to 3 weeks, especially with the grief that we've been going through. And it's getting easier, it's getting better. But you do, from time to time, it crops up, it comes up. As we all know, we think thousands of thoughts every moment, every second. Our brain, our mind is racing, and it's usually stuck in the past, stuck in the future, and very little of it's in the now, in the present moment. And I think what this does, it actually puts you into your present moment. So it's that question, what is it that I do want? And even now I can feel the easing of anything. It could be turmoil or torment or anything that's going on with you at the moment. What is it that I do want? It just eases that. And I think the more you ease into things and the more you take the pressure off feeling a certain way, more things will happen. More things will happen. So I hope you got something out of this. This is just my share and my strategy to get you out of that negative spiraling thought into something a little more positive. Because it's a big jump, isn't it? It's a big jump to go from grief to joyful happiness. It's a big leap, and sometimes impossible. To go from anger in an argument to go to happiness and love. It's a big leap. And I think what this question does is just helps to not just make that big leap, but just to ease the feeling, to make you in a better feeling place, and to soften the arguing, or to soften the anger, or to soften the grief. It just helps to make things a little easier. So that's my share, everyone. Hope that makes some sort of sense, and I hope that helps someone out there. Yeah, we'd love to catch up with any of you soon. You can always go to our website, trishandchrisonline.com, leadyourlifestyle.com, or go to our YouTube channel, Trish and Chris, all one word, and press that subscribe button. Love you all and talk to you all very, very soon. Bye for now. Bye, Teresa.